Hello and welcome back, Pioneers. Today is episode 7 of the complete Satisfactory playthrough, and we are tackling aluminum. This is my first aluminum factory ever. Never built one before, and it's also probably the last major project we'll be building here in the Rocky Desert, at least for a while. I wanted to give this one a view, something that overlooks everything that we've built so far. So let's get started and make something worthy of that view. But before we can get started on any of that, we have to unlock some milestones for the first time in what feels like forever. First up is bauxite refinement, so we can actually get to work on the aluminum. Next up, we're doing logistics Mark V, so we can actually bring in the required materials. Finally, we're going to unlock the hover pack, which is going to help us with building and just make everything a little bit easier. And now that we've got aluminum unlocked, our next step is to hunt down some more hard drives. We'll need some better alternate recipes to help simplify the whole production for us. And oh boy, this run was a struggle. Gas clouds, radiation, giant monsters, everything the world could throw at us. It really didn't want us getting those hard drives, but in the end, we pushed through and got the alternate recipes we were after. The two alternate recipes we're going to be using today are sloppy alumina and pure aluminum ingots. This essentially just takes silica out of the equation so we don't have to belt in any raw quartz or deal with any silica byproduct. Alright, it's that time once more. Let's talk numbers. For this aluminum factory, we're bringing in 1,200 bauxite and mixing it with 1,200 cubic meters of water. That gives us 1,440 cubic meters of alumina solution every minute. From there, we mix that alumina solution with 720 coal per minute to produce 2,160 aluminum scrap. And as a little bonus, we get 720 water left over. We definitely don't want that to flood the system, so we'll come back to that part in a bit. Let's follow the aluminum down the production chain first. The scrap heads to a row of smelters using the pure aluminum ingot alternate recipe, which turns it into 1,080 aluminum ingots per minute. Those ingots then flow down into our final assembly area, where 240 of them combine with 80 copper ingots to make 240 alclad aluminum sheets per minute. The remaining 840 aluminum ingots get turned into 560 aluminum casings per minute. Whew, that's a lot of steps. But we're not done yet. Let's circle back to that leftover water. Just like the polymer resin, over in our fuel factory, there are a few different ways we could handle it. The best option would be to build a priority flow controller, but that's a bit more complex than I want to get into right now. So instead, we're going to do something simple and useful. We're going to use that 720 water to make wet concrete. All 720 water combines with 864 limestone in our refineries to make 576 concrete per minute, rounding out the production chain for this factory. And with that, what I'm calling Ascension Point is officially up and running. Alrighty, let's take a little tour of what I've been calling Ascension Point. I've thought about putting a walkway across, but I kind of like it being isolated all by itself. Anyway, we'll start down here at the wet concrete refineries. You might remember from the numbers section that all of this is where we take our excess water from the aluminum scrap production and we send it here to be used in wet concrete. Now, if we go across here, across this little balcony area, we'll come over to our aluminum final assembly. This is where all the messy upstream work finally comes to a head. These constructors are making our aluminum casing, and these assemblers are making our alclad aluminum sheets. All of it gets pushed through this wall into another area very similar to the wet concrete, where there's an awesome sink and some storage on either side. Coming up and around here is where the water extractors live. Down here, we have 2 pipes with 3 water extractors each. All of the water extractors are overclocked to 200% speed. So each pipe is a little bit over 600, which each pipe can only carry 600 cubic meters of fluid per minute, but that ensures that our pipes are always full. Now, if we just take this hypertube up, we'll get all the way to the very top of our production floors. Now, this is the bauxite refineries. Over there is where the bauxite and coal come in. The bauxite gets distributed to these 6 refineries along with our water, which we've put in a loop, just trying to ensure that everything stays completely full of water as much as we possibly can. Now, these refineries are using the sloppy alumina solution alternate recipe so that we don't have any silica coming out, because that would be very annoying to deal with. Now we'll go down to our next floor where we are doing aluminum scrap. Once this elevator gets here. Now this floor is where things get a little bit chaotic. Each of these refineries has their inputs and outputs completely full. So they're each receiving coal from the first floor and alumina solution from the first floor. And they're all outputting water and aluminum scrap. The water gets sent back down to the wet concrete refineries, and the aluminum scrap just goes down to the next floor, which we'll head there now and check out these smelters. Alrighty, here are the aluminum smelters. We're using the pure aluminum ingot recipe, so we only need smelters instead of foundries, and we don't need any silica. These just take in aluminum scrap and turn them into aluminum ingots. We're still waiting on our manifolds to completely fill up, so we're just not running at 100% efficiency just yet, but we'll get there soon. I've got one final thing to show you guys, and it's our very tip-top floor of our observation deck. And finally, we make our way up here to the observation deck. This spot overlooks every single thing that we have built in this series so far. We've got our coal power plant from episode 2, the ironworks from episode 3, the fuel refineries and power plant from episode 4. We've got our computer tower and our expanded storage infrastructure from episode 5. Finally, we've got our heavy modular frame facility from episode 6. Kind of crazy seeing everything put together on the screen like this. When I started this world, I didn't plan out every build. I just built what felt right. But standing up here now, looking out over everything, it really hits how far we've come. Each one of these factories tells a part of the story. Our story, for those of you playing along with us. And the story's not over yet. No, the story's not over yet, but I think it's fair to say that this is a close to chapter 1. The Rocky Desert has been fantastic to us so far, But starting next episode, we will be moving to a new biome and starting a 3-part mini-series. We're going to be making a new power plant. We're talking turbo fuel, trains, and around 400 fuel-powered generators, producing nearly 100 gigawatts of power. So stick around, because the next episode we're doing is going to cover the heavy oil refining and water packaging, setting us up for the first part of that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. I've been Nuance. Peace out.